This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. What's up, everybody? I'm trying to angle this camera a certain way because I'm chilling. I am chilling with a feeling this afternoon, live with some afternoon thoughts. You know, it's warm, it's nice. I just had a little lunch, and somebody told me today I was looking kind of tired. Y'all think I'm looking tired? Probably. I haven't been getting my sleep. I've been waking up. Yeah, I've been dealing with insomnia, whatever you want to call it. And and some days it just kind of drags me out. But what I have been trying, I've been drinking this Protein Premier protein drink, and it's the coffee hour, so it's all good. Now it is kind of warm in here, and I'm hoping this video don't just snap off on me like it does sometimes. But we gonna chat. Having afternoon thoughts. Today my mind has been way down. I started my day with a real positive mindset, as I try to always do, being thankful and getting out here doing some positive things, making a positive difference. But sometimes, you just get kind of weighed down with thoughts. It's not intentionally, it's just that's how life is at the moment. You twirling around and you thinking about what ifs and what is and what can be and can't be. And you just kind of get all, weighed down. But we have to find a way to balance that. You have to find a way to say, well, can't do it all. Can't worry about it all in one breath. Can't get stressed out about it all. Because stress is not good for us. So you got to take one hurdle at a time. You know, that's what's important. One hurdle at a time. And one of the thoughts I had this afternoon was the question that came into my mind about what do men want and what do women want? There is a difference. Women, we seem to want things in a different way than man. When men, I keep saying man, men, than men. Um, when it comes to love, relationships, and commitment. Um, we seem to be more on an emotional plane, and sometimes it's hard for men to get with that or understand that in the timing that we have, and wanting it. And men seem to be, they seem to be emotional and want things too in that regard, but they're a little slower to thrive about it. There's women who complain a lot about, well, he doesn't want the same things I want, and he doesn't want to take this to the next level, and he doesn't come at me in the way that a man should come at me, that's really feeling me. He's just kind of placing me on the back burner. She has all these things to say, and you may hear the man saying, well, she's not showing me that she really wants this like that. She doesn't listen. She doesn't cooperate. She doesn't, do things for me like I do for her. She doesn't consider me. She's not willing to partake in my needs as often as I need them. That type of thing. Men kind of go there. But I wanted to talk about that. What is it, grown folks, that men want from women, and women, what is it that you want from the men? If anything, are you really looking for anything? Are you just allowing things to happen, to drop into your lap, to you at that time? Or are you just kind of closed off, wide open? Some are just wide open, just looking for it, just wanting it. And sometimes in doing that, we could be too forceful. We can push too hard. We could not allow the other person to catch up with us, to want it in the way that we want. I mean, should it be that difficult? You know what I'm saying? Should it be that difficult, you guys? If somebody really is into you and wants you, man, you're gonna know it. You're gonna just freaking know it because of their actions. And they're going to show you that you matter. They're going to show you that they're interested. They're going to show you that they want things to go further with you as far as getting to know you better, building a friendship, a connection, and then possibilities of a relationship, and the sky's the limit. But they're going to show you these things. You shouldn't have to push. You shouldn't have to force. You shouldn't have to kick back and practically strangle a person to bring you what you need, because it's not going to work when you force it. It's not going to work. And connections are not something that you can just say, okay, I want that to happen and it's going to happen. No, it has to be destined. You have to feel that connection with that person and build upon that. But what is it that men want and women want? Do you want someone who's loyal? Do you want someone who is a great communicator? Do you want someone that's great in bed? Do you want someone who has a status? Do you want someone who can get along with other people and deal with the balance of your life and your family? Do you want someone that your kids are into as well? And that's another hot topic. Some people back away from connections because their kids don't like who they like. And, that's interesting. Should the kids have something to say about it? Um, if you digging Jane, or you got a thing for Jack, and you bring them around the family or the kids is of an age where they can discern, they can communicate how they feel about certain things, but they're still children. And all of a sudden, I don't like her. Well, why you don't like Jane? I don't know. I just don't like her. I don't know. You know, she's not like mommy used to be. I just don't like her. And they can't tell you why. Or, I don't like Jack. He's not funny. He's not fun. He never likes to do anything with us. They'll have their little reasons, lightweight, of why they don't like Jane or Jack. I'm just using these names. Um, but should the kids' thoughts matter? We flip this question to another direction now. Should the kids' thoughts matter when it comes to who you've decided to be with? Because believe it or not, it's going to make a difference. Now, some say, well, they little butts, it ain't got nothing to do with I ain't going to be around nobody that's going to treat them bad or do them wrong. But this is my choice. This is my life. And they going to have to understand and get with it. And they going to have to accept that I'm with Jane. Okay. Then you have those who say, well, my kids got to feel it. They got to like this person because we're going to be doing family things and we're going to be connecting. And, they got to be happy. They got to be happy. But, the biggest manipulators sometimes are the kids, because deep down inside, they want you to be with mommy or they want you to be with daddy. So sometimes they know how to play. They know how to play that thing to make you feel some kind of way because you're not with mommy or daddy no more. So you gotta kind of weigh that. You gotta kind of weigh that. But what do you think? Should the kids have a say, or should they have thoughts and communication to you about who you chose to be with? And if so, Would you adjust things because of that? Perhaps you were dating and you were seeing Jane and Judy. Okay, you chose Jane. Little Johnny and little Jessica decides we like Judy better, Dad. Well, why? We just like her better. She's prettier and she's funny and we like her better. Would that help you determine Jane or Judy? Y'all got me using all these J's. I'm getting confused. But would that help you discern between Jane and Judy because of what the kids want? Something to think about, huh? Who's wanting to be happy here? You or the kids? Or are you trying to strike a balance where everybody's happy? Hot topic because I think a lot of people go through this. When you have children at home, when your kids is grown and they say whatever, whatever, okay, whatever, y'all living your life and this is my choice. I'm living my life and this is who I've chosen. I mean, maybe sooner or later y'all will grow to like him or her because that's who I'm digging right now. So your kids are grown though. But when they're at home, they're still depending on you. They're still living under your roof. Whoever you get with is going to be a part of their immediate life. You want to balance that and have peace in the home, right? So do the kids win with decision or is it yours? That's an afternoon thought for you, huh? Yeah. Now, let's also talk about, some of you guys are smokers. Um, and some are really adamant about not wanting to be with a smoker because it's yucky. You know, it may bother them with their health. They may get their eyes dry out. They may have asthma. Um, they just may have some kind of lung conditions. They don't want to be breathing all your smoke in. And then they definitely don't want to be kissing and doing all that stuff on you because look at here. It don't taste too good. You can go and brush your teeth and do all that and turn around and still taste like an ashtray. I ain't trying to make fun of nobody or nothing like that. I'm just saying it's true. Um, your hair, it gets into your pores. That cigarette smell, and it's not attractive. Now, yeah, I don't smoke. A personal choice. Years ago, when I was younger, I tried to puff on a cigarette here and there and blow out when I was drinking, trying to be cute or whatever it was. But it wasn't for me. I never really inhaled the smoke. I just puffed and blew. Thought it looked cute, thought it looked sexy. I don't know what I thought. But after the fact, when I saw that I was needing a cigarette more than I needed a cigarette, like when I got stressed or when I just felt like I was nervous or when I was at work and it was a bad day at lunchtime and just a hot mess. And then working in the healthcare industry and seeing a lot of the things that people get from smoking, no, it wasn't it wasn't cute for me at all. I left that alone real quick. But I have a choice in the matter of dealing with a smoker or not. I prefer to deal with a person that does not smoke. You know, it adds on more time to your life. Hey, Malcolm. Possibly can add on more times to your life. Health wise, they're not out of breath. They're not stinking up your car, your house, their hair, their body. Is nicer to kiss them, all kinds of stuff. I personally don't want to have to focus on dealing with a situation that your lungs may get diseased where you have to log around an oxygen tank or you have to be pushed around in a wheelchair and all of that. Because not only are you suffering, the people who love you is going to suffer too. I personally don't want to have to even think or deal with all that. Now, mind you, there are some who don't smoke and end up in those situations, but the odds of it happening is greater, is greater chances of it happening when you do smoke. So that's my preference. If I did say meet or have somebody that was just this everything, I thought, and they had that one little thing, I would probably express to them these things I'm expressing to you now. And I would not want them to smoke around me at all. Not in my house. Perhaps on the balcony, perhaps out in the front, but not in my house. And I just don't want to be you all up on me smelling like that. I mean, so basically, no, I don't want a smoker. I don't. I don't. And you ain't got to worry about me smoking because I didn't went through some personal things and even losing my mom, she was a smoker and that touched on me in a very sensitive way, dealing with her going through her illness with the results of being a smoker for many years. So it's not an attractive thing for me at all. But how do you guys, what do you feel about being with a smoker? What do you feel about a grown person that you're dealing with, a grown up, that is smoking, which is their choice, and the qualities is off the chart in every other degree? I mean, they are this awesome person. They love you, they treat you well, they give you that communication, they're spontaneous, they're respectful, they're trustworthy. They got all these good qualities, but they puff on them cigarettes. Would you let that go? You know? Or would you just try to deal with it in a way that was comfortable for you? Meaning you just don't smoke around me. And then maybe before they kissing on you, they gotta go brush their teeth and wash their hands and stuff, and that'll make it better. Cause some will say that's just a little thing. If you got all these other big qualities about that person that's great, why not give them a chance because they smoke a cigarette or they smoke weed every day? You know what I'm saying? It's like there's bigger things, like they could be an abuser living upside your head or in and out of the prison, or they could have a lot of other worse things going on than smoking a cigarette, right? But like I say, it's a personal choice. It's definitely a personal choice. So that was another afternoon thought, y'all, and I can go on and on because I'm always just, my mind is just always going. But another thing, I watch, I people watch. I think I've told you guys this a few times. And I watch how some people at couples walking around. Some are very affectionate and close to each other, but then you have those who kind of walk 10 feet away from each other. And at some point, you'll see them kind of come closer, maybe when they get to the intersection or something like that. But they're walking down the street miles apart, it looks like. What is that? I mean, what's wrong with a little holding hands or something? You know what I'm saying? I think personally, holding hands is sexy. I love it. I love for my man to grab my hand and walk with me. Mm-hmm. That's some sweet stuff right there. And I love to grab his hand. Have you ever been in a situation where you grab somebody's hand and they kind of pull back? Maybe y'all out on a little lightweight something, and they don't really like that, or they don't want it to be shown or known that they fuzzy with you like that, but they out with you. Okay. But they don't want you grabbing their hand. What? Who does that? I'm just curious, cause holding hands is sexy. But I watched some of these couples. Actually, I just saw one walk by me a minute ago, and they act like it's like they not even together. And they got down here at the light, and they came a little closer together, like he was trying to protect her going across the street. Okay, I'm not in their mix, but I'm like, what happened to affection, you guys? I'm not saying you got to be just on every corner busting slob and all that. I'm not saying that. But what about showing that openly affection? A little peck on the lips, every now and again. I don't care who's looking. So what? They don't, if they don't get a kiss every now and again, shame on them. But I like to get one, and holding my hand and rubbing my back a little bit and me stroking on his arm or something. I mean, a hug, hugs are the best. Grown folks, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you get them good hugs, I ain't talking about them fake hugs where you hugging a coworker or somebody you're not really fond of, and your whole body is way back because you don't want to touch nothing, and you just kind of do a quick little hug and that's it. No, I ain't talking about them kind of hugs. Those are needed when they're needed. I'm talking about an affectionate type of hug, when you are holding and hugging and close, your bodies is touching a little bit, you rubbing on each other's back or shoulders, or you may even, touch their face, or you may kiss them on the forehead. I mean, those are the best. Those are the best. And that's affection. And if you ain't doing it, you need to start doing it, because it's the little things. It's not about doing all these big gregarious things for one another all the time. It's the little things. Just like that phone call of, "Hey sexy, how you doing? I was just thinking about you." Or a text. If you're too busy to call, text, "Hey beautiful, thought about you. What's going on?" And men like to hear that too, women. They like to hear you reaching out and stroking their little ego too. They wanna feel it. They wanna know it. Don't think that men just supposed to know this. We as women gotta give it to them too. They deserve to be told when they look good. They deserve to be having their ego stroked, or you to send them a little off the wall, out of nowhere message about, "Hey big boy, I was just thinking about you. Man, I miss you. I miss you." And putting on that little sexy powder. "I miss you." So anyway, y'all, I ain't that tired because I still got that humor thing going on. But I have talked and I have had my afternoon thoughts, and I hope that some of this has sprinkled some thoughts to you. Just think about it. Show more affection, okay? Should your kids be the deciding factor of who you get with? Are you going to make a choice based on what the kids want? Hmm. That's still one that's still thoughts all up in here, because I'm like, wow, that's deep. You know, you love your kids, you love your man, you love your woman. You made a choice. You even thinking about being in a relationship with them. You even thinking about, if things work out, you want to take this to a different level, but kids don't like them. Ha, man. And that affect, man, you gotta rub and touch and kiss and get close and grab hold of them hands and do what you gotta do, okay? And them smokers, I don't know. It's up to you. If you a smoker and y'all wanna smoke each other out, I ain't mad at you. Y'all wanna both stank with it, I ain't mad at you. But if you want some refreshing stuff, and you got to make some decisions and choices. You can't make nobody stop doing what they doing, so you got to accept it, or you have to have boundaries on how you gonna deal with them, because they blowing smoke on you. Okay. On that note, y'all, I gotta get back to what I do. But I just want to sprinkle you. I'll be back this week with some more grown folk afternoon thoughts. You guys have a great day. Be safe. Thanks for tuning in. Love you. And I will be back at you again real soon. Have a great day. Mwah. Bye, Malcolm. Bye, Anthony. I hear you. I can't deal with them either. Share, like, and subscribe this video. See how many others we can get on our bandwagon. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.